Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello, my beautiful star seeds. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for watching this video live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. What we're going to do today in this video is a card reading for the week, the energies of the week, the starseed energies for the week. I'm going to pick an intuition card, a challenge card, an overall theme, wisdom from the ancestors, and then also an animal spirit card from Monday to basically next Monday is when I'll be doing this reading again. And I've started doing these weekly broadcasts just a few weeks ago, so this is a new broadcast, but I'm excited to be here today. This is also the new moon in Virgo, so we'll be doing a special new moon in Virgo reading later on tonight in about an hour when I go live again, because I'm going live twice today. When I go live again, we're going to talk specifically about that new moon and do a reading for the new moon, what our spirit guides, angels, and teachers want to tell us about that. But in this video, I am just focusing on the transits and the energies that are going to be happening this week. There is actually a couple of there's kind of big astrological shifts this week. We've got a few planet ingresses. Let me get my list real quick so we can just talk about it for a second. But we have Venus moving into the sign of Scorpio on September 10th this week, and that means that Venus is going to be in her detriment. So that's a sign that Venus doesn't like, or not. Detriment. It's a sign that Venus doesn't like being in. Hello, Justin. Welcome in. Because she's forced to, the symbolism or the story is that she's forced to live in the underworld. So being in the underworld is not a place for Venus. She definitely much rather prefers to be either on Earth, not in the underworld, on Earth, or in the celestial skies. And in Scorpio, she's asked to do this sort of deep dive into the world of Pluto. And that is, death, change, transformation, transmutation. There's such an intensity there. It's not really her jam. But that's happening this week. And then we also have the planet Mars entering the sign of Libra. And the thing that's significant about that is that Mars is going to be in Venus's sign, and Venus is going to be in Mars' sign, because Mars does rule Scorpio as well as Aries. and Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So there's going to be a mutual reception where the two planets are going to sort of do this switch where one's going to be in the sign of the other, and they would rather be in the other planet's sign, but somehow I think they'll work together. But this means that in terms of our drive, Mars in Libra is like no drive. Mars in Libra is like you don't really have the sort of the motivation to help you take action in life. You don't, you question things a lot. And so that makes it difficult to make decisions and to take action. And those are the two major things that are going on this week. The moon will start to wax as well this week, because after this new moon today in Virgo, we'll see the moon begin to wax and become crescent. And then there is one really beautiful thing that is happening this week, and it is the last moon Venus portal. And this moon Venus portal is happening at 29 degrees of Libra. Can't remember the exact date, but it's on my Stargates calendar. I would really, really like to give you guys that information. So I'm going to pull it up. And as I pull it up, I'm going to continue to talk about it. But this is going to be a conjunction between the moon and Venus in the sign of Libra. And it's going to be at 29 degrees, which means that it's a very powerful, harmonious energy for relationships, because relationships are ruled by the sign of Libra. And for the moon, and the moon is the moon goddess. I actually did, you guys should definitely check it out. I released a new episode for my podcast called Uncovering the Secrets of the Moon Goddess. And I talked about all of these different ways that you can explore what the moon goddess is, what she represents, what she's all about. And I talked about how Venus and the moon have this very beautiful connection with each other. And when they come together during this time, the phase is called the remembering and embodiment phase of Venus. And Venus has phases too, just like the moon. So it's really interesting. The whole they kind of work together. I feel like they're kindred spirits, the moon and Venus. And also Venus, we know in mythology, was actually born from the ocean, from the foam of the water. And the moon rules the tides of the ocean. So it's just really beautiful. Anyways, I recommend that you guys check out that podcast that I did today. It's Channel for Grace Uncut podcast on all podcast streaming platforms. But this week is a Moon Venus portal, and I have the date now for you. So it is happening on September 9th. So in like 3 days, we'll have, so it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on Thursday, this beautiful conjunction is going to happen at 29 Libra, which is going to bring in, so Thursday is going to be a good day. I feel like for a lot of us, we're going to feel that beautiful energy and we're going to really enjoy it. So that's happening. And it's Venus at her home sign at the 29th degree, which is the degree where she's like at the most mature, most enlightened energy. And then I believe that like the next day she moves into Scorpio, which is what I started the conversation with. So there is a lot going on this week. And I want to bring a message today from the tarot cards as to how we should navigate through this week. And the message that we do later on tonight for the moon is how do we navigate until like the next full moon and the next new moon. So hello, Jill, welcome in. So I'm going to shuffle cards, and while I shuffle these cards and start drawing some cards, I want to share with you guys that I am so excited for the Moon Goddess training that's coming up that starts on October 6th. It is a 6-week program. And I would like, if you want to know more about what kind of things we're going to be talking about, definitely listen to the podcast episode 17. But we'll talk about the Moon Goddess, astrology, ancient mystery schools. It is an initiation into the ancient mystery schools of Hathor. Whoa, yes. Thank you. And that's going to be super, super amazing. And also we have a challenge going on for a doTERRA challenge that will, let's see, we need one more of these. Oh yeah, let me grab one more deck. Hang on. We're going to use the astrology cards for the wisdom from the ancestors. But the doTERRA challenge starts on the 13th, and it'll be 5 days to learn how to use essential oils with the chakras and how to balance our chakras. Oh wow, we got the sun and the card of Leo. That's pretty significant right there. And now I'm going to pull an animal spirit, and let's see. And that's pretty much what the main things that are going on that I want to make sure you guys know about. Also, make sure to sign up for my email list by downloading my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. Hello, Chrissy. Welcome in. Did you enjoy it? Oh, I love that. Yes. And that's the best way to stay in contact with me, is to get on my email list, and then you know everything that's been going on, that is going on, programs that are coming up. I also do astrology courses and all that good stuff. So here we have the cards in front of us, and wow, I just realized something, that we got 3 major arcanas for the first 3 cards. The Leo card for the wisdom from the ancestors, and then the raccoon is the animal spirit. So I'll show you guys the cards while I kind of talk about them. But the Emperor card is found in the upright position and also in the position of intuition for us. The Emperor is about structure. It can represent the father. It can also represent authority. So when we think of the Emperor as being in the intuition card, for me, the Emperor really knows his realm. The Emperor really knows what's going on, you know, and he's aware, and he knows how to make decisions. He's in charge and in control of his own energy. He knows how to handle things. He has to, because he's in charge, right? He's the Emperor. He also is a respected energy, because he does like own himself. And I think that that's the message for this week, is we really need to own ourselves. We need to own like sovereignty. But although the Emperor does rule like a kingdom, in a way he's like interconnected with his kingdom or his empire or whatever. He's not anything without the empire, although that is also true. And so I wouldn't necessarily say he's like a sovereign being in terms of like free to do whatever he wants, because he has so many responsibilities. I also think that this is our ancestors telling us that we do have a lot of responsibilities this week, and it is to really stand our ground and to know who we are, and to know, you know, what we're here to do, and to recognize also the responsibilities. This could be like structure also coming into your life this week in some way. The challenge for us this week, because I understand this, because this is the Sun card. So the challenge for us this week is to stay in our light. Like I said, we're going to have Mercury, I think today. Yeah, today's the day that Mercury went into shadow, because he's going to go retrograde in Libra closer to like the end of September. I think maybe the last week of September, Mercury is going to go retrograde in Libra. And then we'll have this week Venus moving into Scorpio, which is detriment, Mars moving into Libra, which is also detriment. And all of these planets are retrograde, and there's going to be 6 or 7 retrogrades by the end of the month, which means that things are moving like super slow, and they're also frustrating because of that slowness. Now, as we watch the fall season start to come in and start to show up, we will notice that a lot of the planets start to go direct towards the end of the year. Like one by one, they start to go direct. And that's going to be very significant. We're going to feel a very intense shift in the energy once the planets start going direct. But this week, the challenge is to stay in our light, because there's a lot of things that are going to be challenging us. The moon is also going to be making her square to the sun this week, and it's not just going to be a regular square, it's going to be like a T-square with the sun, where the sun is going to be opposing Neptune, and that brings up like confusion, deception. Hey Dawn, welcome in. And these not like lack of clarity. So what we want is to remember our inner light, and that's the sun. The sun rules the sign of Leo, and it tells us to shine bright, to have fun, to enjoy life, because, oh man, this is kind of a heavy reading. The overall theme for the week for us is the Tower card. So this means that some of us, or maybe all of us collectively this week, may experience a tower moment, which never feels good, but always feels like it was the right thing to happen, because the tower is able to show us the truth. And at this point, I'm sure you agree with me, but I would much rather know the truth than live in an illusion. So the tower fall breaks the illusion. That's very interesting, because with the sun card came out, and I was just talking about sun opposed Neptune, which is another aspect that's happening this week. With the sun opposed Neptune, I think I know what this means. This is the illusion is going to break. So I follow the Leo King, by the way. If you guys don't know who he is, he has an app and he does courses and everything. He's been talking a lot about shattered reality. Like our reality is about to shatter in a way that it might happened already collectively that I don't think we've ever expected. So we're going to have this shattering of our reality. And I feel like that's what the Tower card represents this week, is like, that's the shattered reality. The truth comes out. Whoa, that's intense. So what's the wisdom from our ancestors? Look at this. We get the Leo card. So the sun, we got the sun too. And the sun rules the sign of Leo. The sun is at home in Leo. It is the strongest. So what this is saying is, even though things are changing, things are going to change. Whoa, it could be that the structures, there's in some way this change, this tower is going to affect the structures of our life, like the main structures. That makes sense with the Emperor, because the tower breaks down the structures. But the wisdom from the ancestors and the challenge being sort of the same energy or the same card is, this is our ancestors, starseed ancestors, telling us this is a week where we're going to really need to remember who we are. We're going to really need to remember our own inner light, our soul, our own journey. Very, very interesting cards. And then we get the Raccoon. And so I want to pull up what the Raccoon is all about. Let's see what kind of message the Raccoon wants to give us. Morningstar says, deep, if we create a reality, how messed up that we created an illusion. Now light is shining on our illusion. Yes, I like that. Yes, I can definitely feel the shift coming. Yeah, I do too. I feel something just around the corner. A lot of people have been saying that too. So then we get the Raccoon. And the Raccoon is, he's a talented energy. He's also shadowy, and he's in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. So this could be us, the universe, saying you might want to have something to help you pass the time or pass the energy. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue. Ooh, this is interesting. Around self-image and success. Self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Yeah, so the creativity. That makes sense too, because the sun and Leo rule the 5th house, and that's the house of passion and creativity. So this has to do with our creative life force this week. Am I who my audience thinks I am? Chiron and Aries. What if I am ready to grow into something more? Oh, yes, there it is. Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Whoa, dude. So it's an identity crisis. What's happening this week collectively, the Tower, is an identity crisis, with Chiron and Aries taking that center stage. And the resolution is to find out who you truly are, your soul, the sun in Leo. literally represents your soul. Holy moly, that's heavy. That's kind of heavy. So if we're in balance this week, we're going to feel very generous. We're going to feel very creative. We're going to be in that flow. If we're out of balance, we may feel competitive. We may feel like we're not really getting out there the message. We're like Mulan. When will my reflection show who I am inside? It's an identity crisis. And then to bring to balance, get creative. Beautiful. Powerful message, you guys. Yay. Okay. So I'm really glad that I came here and did this reading. And now we have this as the basis for when I go live in like 30 minutes or so for the new moon ceremony. And we can look back at this reading and say, okay, now this makes sense. So the moon is going to bring a different message. The moon is going to bring a more, like a longer term message, because the moon cycles are 28 and a half days. And then the new moon cycle doesn't really end until the next new moon, which is like a full, pretty much a whole season, astrological season, like a whole 30 days. So just know that this week is going to be a little heavy. There may be some tower moments, maybe not in your own life specifically, but maybe in the collective that will affect you if you are an empath, if you are sensitive, and if things out there, like obviously as starseed light workers, most likely you are an empath, and that means that you feel the energy of what's going on in the collective. And so this is also another week where if we shine our light bright, we'll burn away everything. That's no bueno. That's the sun. The sun burns everything out. So the brighter you shine, the more you'll just push everything that doesn't belong in your energy field, in your space, away. And that's what I would recommend this week. Know that some people are going to be having some identity crises, and they're going to be going through some internal struggles, trying to realize, am I really who I am? I mean, the existential crisis kind of a thing, like who am I? Is who I am inside really showing up? How am I showing up? So that's what's going on this week. And make sure that you are on my email list, because on every Wednesday I put out the Moon Magic Report. And so Wednesday morning, you get the astrology and the forecast and the horoscope for the week. I will also be talking about the astrology and the horoscope on these Monday readings as well. So there you have it, you guys. That is our weekly reading. Morningstar says, perfect. Ceremony always helps. Go inside to listen. Drums are transfixing. I love that. Yes. So I'm really excited about the ceremony that we're going to have in about 30 minutes at 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to take a little break and then get ready for that sacred space. And I'll see you all next week for our weekly Starseed channeled reading. Sat Nam.